There can only be one winner, and you're looking at him. Let's go.
I will show you the best new player 0 gems required deck using the Ancient Gear Structure deck. It does require you buying the Structure deck 3 times though. After that, you don't need to open any card from any box, nor do you have to farm for any card. This allows you to save your gems for future top tier decks, and you could play this deck day 1 on a brand new account. This will cost either $11 plus 1,000 gems or $18. 1,000 gems itself is valued at $16.6, so some may see it being worth to just spend money instead of using their 1k gems. Your choice. Here is the deck. Every card in here is from the Structure deck besides enemy controllers, which are easily obtained for free by just using your login tickets. Quickly, I'm going to run down the deck for newer players. If you already saw my last Ancient Gear video, feel free to skip to the replays. We are using the skill Middle Age Mechs. As soon as your turn starts, you start with Ancient Gear Castle. Every time you or your opponent normal summons or sets, you gain a counter. With 2 counters, you could normal summon a Reactor Dragon for free by sending Castle to the graveyard. Reactor Dragon is your boss monster. Now, when you combo Castle with your field spell Gear Town, you only need 1 counter on Castle to summon your Reactor Dragon. Reactor Dragon, 3,000 attack, 3,000 defense. When it attacks, your opponent cannot activate any spell/trap or monster effects. Then you could destroy a spell or trap on the field, and your opponent will in most cases not be able to chain that card due to being in the damage step. Usually though, you'll want to destroy your own cards for combos. Destroy your Gear Town spell to summon another Reactor Dragon from your hand, deck, or graveyard. Destroy your spell Fortress to summon a Reactor Dragon from your hand or graveyard only, not your deck. Destroy your Wild Tornado to trigger its effect to destroy any face-up card on the field. Wild Tornado by itself can destroy only Fortress unless it is destroyed while face down to trigger its second effect, to destroy a card on the field, which could then destroy your Gear Town. We are also using Double Cyclone to destroy your Gear Town, Fortress, and Wild Tornadoes, as it also allows you to destroy an opponent's spell and trap. Make sure to never chain this card to anything when destroying your Gear Town, or your Gear Town's effect will miss its timing. Being destroyed must be the last thing that happens to Gear Town. Wyvern allows you to search for Fortress or Reactor, and sometimes you may want to summon your Wyvern off of your Gear Town or Fortress effect. Make sure to always set your cards first before activating its effect, as it prevents you from setting for the rest of the turn. Now on to the replays. Before we get into the duels, I want to show you a few tricks using this deck. Against Yubel, which I know many new players struggle against. You can attack into their Terror Incarnate with Reactor Dragon, and it won't activate its effect. Then you use Reactor Dragon to destroy their field spell, which will then destroy Yubel during the damage step, while your Reactor is preventing monster effects from activating. Here is what it looks like in action. We're going to summon our Reactor Dragon, swing in a Terror Incarnate, destroy our own field spell, activate the field spell, summon another Reactor Dragon from the deck, swing into Yubel, Reactor Dragon, destroy the field spell, destroy Yubel. That's it. He does not get to activate its effect. This combo also works with Wild Tornado if they do not have the field spell. So we're going to set Wild Tornado, swing in, pop our Wild Tornado, destroy Yubel, cannot activate, finish him. Destroy our field spell on our second attack, field spell, special summon another Reactor, 3 attacks, OTK. That is how you take out Yubel if they do not have the field spell, or when they do have the field spell. Now on to our other trick. In the mirror match, if you have a Wild Tornado, Double Cyclone, and field spell, when your opponent activates their field spell, you could chain Double Cyclone onto your Wild Tornado, causing their Gear Town to miss its timing. Then your Wild Tornado could destroy your own Gear Town to summon a Reactor Dragon as they miss their timing. Jack Atlas, I'm thinking beatdown. Got a way to summon our Reactor. Perfect. He passes. I pass. I have nothing to use my Double Cyclone on. Damn. It is an Ancient Gear deck. He's going to use Double Cyclone onto his field spell, onto our back row card. But we have Double Cyclone to cause him to miss the timing. He chains another Double Cyclone, taking out our castle. Our fortress does not miss the timing. His Gear Town does miss the timing. This is going to be an easy scoop in our favor. Play the field spell off the top of the deck. Reactor swing in. Pop the field spell. Summon another reactor. You fool! Mirror match, easy win. Force your opponent to miss the timing on their field spell. Crowler versus Crowler. Ancient Gears are everywhere, guys. They are everywhere. Gonna have to know how to play around them. Wyvern, search for our reactor. Middle-aged mechs, let's do this. Gear Town, double cyclone. Prevented. We're going to make him miss the timing by chaining our double cyclone onto our econ. It was quite a sacrifice, but it was worth it to prevent the Gear Town from activating. All right, searches Gearbox. Gearbox, when searched, allows you to search for another ancient gear. Gear frame. Is he going to suicide? Does not. That works out for our favor. We're going to use Castle to summon Reactor Dragon without even having to tribute our Wyvern. Pulse, Mines. Wild Tornado onto his castle. I do not want him to summon a Reactor Dragon for free as we did. No thank you. Ancient Gear Frame searches for Golem. No real follow-up from him. Top deck a Wild Tornado, set everything, take out his monster, do not activate our effect. If we wanted to, we could activate our effect to destroy Wild Tornado to destroy his face-up monster on the field. Obviously not worth it. Wyvern search Fortress. I think the most harmful thing in this duel was to use our Wild Tornado to take out his castle. That prevented him from summoning. We're going to econ take and finish him. A non-ancient gear mirror match. Let's do this. Vampires. Got Samurai Skull doing its standard opener. Send Retainer. Special summon on the field. Search for Takeover. Takeover allows you to play the field spell from the deck and special summon from the grave. We have a great hand, though. Let's play this out. Fortress. He chains Takeover for some reason. That's fine. I'm suspecting his back row might be a simultaneous loss. Gonna play Field Spell, activate our Double Cyclone. Make sure to not chain Double Cyclone or it will cause our Field Spell to miss the timing. Gonna go for the back row. It is a simultaneous loss. Both players mill from the top of the deck, triggering his Field Spell to destroy a card we control. It don't matter though. If he pops Fortress, we summon Reactor. If he pops our Castle, it doesn't really do anything. Gear Town is activating, summon from the deck. He is popping the Castle. Swing in after playing the field spell, pop the field spell, summon another from the deck. Now with Grimson on the field, he could pay 1,000 life to protect himself from being destroyed by battle or card effect. Gonna swing in, he's gonna pay 1,000. We're gonna destroy our fortress, summon our third Reactor Dragon onto the field. Reactor Dragon, take out the Samurai Skull. He could not afford it. Gonna pop his field spell. Now right here, I am Monka-essing so hard. He's only at 400 life. He can't afford to pay for any of his vampire effects to search, but we are so afraid of a Vampire Vamp effect. Vampire Vamp is the good suck. We cannot get good sucked here. Vampire Retainer searches the good suck. We are good. Not getting sucked today. He's finished. Econ take, takes ours, suicide. That's fine. Top deck a Fortress, beautiful. Swing in, pop Fortress, Fortress summon a Reactor from the grave. Finish this fool. Joey Wheeler. Middle-aged mechs, love it. Get that counter with our normal summon. Search for our Fortress set before the summon. We got the setup. While we can't destroy our field spell, we can still destroy our Fortress and summon Reactor from the hand. This is a Kokamiru deck. Maximus destroys our monster. On attack, we're going to Wild Tornado our Fortress to summon a Reactor Dragon from the hand. Stop the Kokamiru. Wall can't pay for the wall, destroys itself in the end phase. Maximus discards to stay on the field. flip up our gear town, summon our wyvern, search for a reactor, swing in. We're bigger thanks to our castle, but if we were not bigger, we still activate its effect from the graveyard to destroy a spell and trap on the field, where that's the scoop. Field spell to summon a reactor from the deck. Arcana. So he did not activate the skill Trick Up the Sleeve. We don't have to worry about Cosmo Brain. Got the Wild Tornado, Fortress, Summon, Search. We are set. What deck is this? Silent Swordsman. Dark World Dealings, both draw, discard. Discards Bro. Now, Broken Bamboo Sword. I want to destroy this with my Wild Tornado because he has a card called Golden Bamboo, where you could only activate it if you have a bamboo card in the field. It draws 2. It's a Pot of Greed, so I'm going to prevent Pot of Greed by Wild Tornadoing that card. I don't think so. Tributes for Silent Swordsman. Silent Swordsman once per turn can negate any spell, and if destroyed and sent to the graveyard, could summon Silent Swordsman level 7. So I have to be very careful. This does not look good for us so far. Only because he activates Silent Sword Slash. Because without Silent Sword Slash, through the effect of Wyvern or Reactor swinging into a Silent Swordsman, he can't even summon a Silent Swordsman level 7. He is now immune to all of my card effects, gains a permanent 1500 attack. He activates Show of Nightmares to luckily add the Silent Sword Slash back to the hand. You must be thinking what I'm thinking. How the hell do I win this duel? Set, takes out our Wyvern. Very carefully, we need to outplay this fool. Castle, we summon Reactor Dragon. And like the fool he is, he did not activate anything before my Ancient Gear Reactor Dragon attacks. Our Ancient Gear Reactor Dragon is also protected by Fortress. You cannot target it with any card effects nor destroy it. Fool! On the attack, double Cyclone. Go for the Silent Sword Slash while he can't activate it. He scoops. As we destroy his monster, he would not be able to summon Silent Swordsman level 7. This is the great benefit of Ancient Gears right now. No one knows how to play against it. Jack, Atlas, likely Beatdown. Beatdown is a very popular way to play Ancient Gears. Got Econ and Wyvern. Perfect. It is an Ultra Athlete deck, which I feel really bad for because Ancient Gears is just way better. I'm going to allow him to swing in. Slugger is kind of like Reactor Dragon, where you can't activate any cards or effects while it attacks. Gonna activate Fortress, use Castle to summon our Ancient Gear Reactor. By activating Fortress, we are protected from card effects. That's what you want to do first. Play the field spell, swing in, pop the field spell, summon another Ancient Gear. Now I'm going to summon an Ancient Gear Wyvern. You might have been expecting an Ancient Reactor Dragon, but it's very important that you do it like this. If we were to summon an Ancient Gear Reactor Dragon, we would not have lethal. He would be left at 300 life. Now, because Fortress can only summon from the grave or hand, we're going to summon Wyvern to search for our reactor, then use our double Cyclone to trigger our Fortress to summon the final lethal amount of damage. There you go. Search the reactor, swing in on the battle step. We're going to pop the enemy controller. That was a perfect hit. Double Cyclone while targeting the enemy controller. He could not use enemy controller on our Ancient Gear Wyvern because our Ancient Gear Wyvern was protected by Fortress, but it loses its protection at the same time enemy controller is destroyed. Now Fortress effect, summon reactor, finish this fool. Get out of here, Ultra Athletes. Ooh, mirror match. Wyvern on summon, search for Gearbox. Gearbox, when searched, allows you to search for another Ancient Gear monster. Not so good unless you're playing a fusion deck, which I think he is. Ancient Gear Frame allows you to search for Ancient Gear Golem. We're going to start with our middle-aged mechs. Fortress, Wild Tornado to pop the Fortress to summon a Reactor Dragon from the hand. And with Wyvern, we're going to use Wyvern to search for another Fortress in case anything happens to our Reactor Dragon. Beautiful. Do not activate the effect at the end of the damage step. Take that 2K. If we had another reactor in our hand or grave, we could have triggered our effect to destroy our Fortress and summon it onto the field. We have Gear Frame, searching for the Ancient Gear Golem. Offerings to the Dooms, perfect. We can now use Wild Tornado to trigger our Fortress to re-summon back onto the field. You're finished. Easy scoop. No Karibo, nothing. Every time I see Crowler, I'm going to assume it's a mirror match. Love going first. We have a normal summon with middle-aged mechs. Gonna search for our reactor. Now at this kind of hand, we're going to likely very easily just summon our reactor next turn if nothing happens to our castle. If anything happens to our Wyvern, with just the field spell and our castle, we could normal summon Reactor Dragon. And it's the mirror match. It's gonna set, summon, search for Fortress. You must set before activating your Wyvern. Swings in, I allow it. We got double Cyclone, pop the field spell, and his back row takes out an Unending Nightmare. We're gonna summon a Reactor Dragon from the deck, and we could also normal summon our Reactor Dragon from our hand. We're gonna play Fortress first, which will ensure the Reactor Dragon from our hand is protected from card effects, cannot be targeted nor destroyed. There we go, tribute our castle, summon Reactor Dragon. That is an easy scoop. Oh, not yet. Econ, swing in for 33. Reactor Dragon, pop our Fortress, summon a Wyvern from the grave, search for a Fortress, finish him. Wyvern also prevents Sphere Karibo, but compared to Reactor Dragon, it does not prevent spell and traps from being activated.